Hello. You are welcome to another edition of ECN Hard Truth, where we say it how it is and where we'll back it up with the necessary facts. We have a very big fish in the house, and we are going to let him out when the time comes. I have with me here my regular guest, Coach Thompson Ojukwu. Ojukwu, you are welcome.
Thank you.
How has the day been?
Fine.
The grassroots teams, how are they doing?
Everywhere.
Welcome. Thank you. And our special guest on the program today is no other person than the former chairman of Nigerian Football Coaches Association, FCT chapter, board member, FCT Football Association, former technical advisor of Gateway United, former technical advisor of Sunshine FC of Akure, the head coach of Finance United Access FC, the technical advisor of Fosla Academy and Casbah Football Club, national team under 17 and under 20 assistant coach, Coach Samuel Olarewaju Ambimbola.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Chair.
Thank you very much.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
I understand you being younger.
The grace of God.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Hard Truth. Here on Hard Truth, we'll say it the way it is. We have read out some of your credentials. Can you let our viewers know more about Samuel Ambimbola?
Thank you very much. I want to appreciate every member of ECN and my big brother that have this initiative. I pray that God Almighty will make it bigger.
Amen.
My journey into football started from when I was so small in primary school, but not with guru. I suffer a lot of flooding from my parents because it's either going to farm to go and help, and I will sneak out to go and play football, coming back with one bruises or the other, I will receive beating of my life. And then the faith, the football itself did not allow me to exhibit what was in my brain as a player, because I had a serious accident at the peak of my career as a player, which nearly claimed my left leg. Seeing me limping today, I'm not a victim of arm robber. I'm not a victim of any violence. It's an accident that nearly cost me my leg. When Dr. Dewan said they are going to amputate my leg, I will be appreciative till I die to my late sister, who said it's better for me to die with 2 legs than to amputate my leg. And they took me somewhere, and to God be the glory, I was able to come back on my feet. Be it as it may, looking back and see my sibling coming behind me, I was not born with golden spoon, but I thank God. I work myself to stardom, and to God be the glory. In the process, I have to seek for what I would use to survive myself and take care of my sibling, and that helped me to Federal Ministry of Finance. I have to pick up a job because at that time, there's nobody playing football with money. No ministry recognized football. It's not in the curriculum of civil service. So while doing that, I didn't allow my passion to die. And luckily for me, I was posted to Abuja in 1982. We formed a team with one of our great men now that is in FCT, who has become the Nigerian Football Federation president. Alhaji Sanililu, talk of Shika, we talk of a lot of them. We gather together and form a team called Pioneers. So I started joining to play again because I'm far away from my parents. They dare not see me near football. It is like, so weathering it, I look at it, age is coming, I cannot move further in playing. The passion comes for me to impart the knowledge into the young communities. And that was what led me into Federal Ministry of Finance Football Club. This team was basically playing ministerial game, but with the help of God in 1994, with the little resources I had and with some young guys that believe in that goals, When you talk of someone like Madumere, Bumi Aloba, Mr. EJ, we gathered together and pushed to play in the State League of FCT. In that 1994, we became the champion. And that earned us the respect of going to go and play the playoff in Makurdi. We got to Makurdi, we have teams from Kwara, teams from Kogi, teams from Plateau, we're about 4 in numbers. And to God be the glory, we came first. And now we moved to Division 4. There was what's called Division 4. Yeah. And that Division 4 is being played throughout the nation, home and away. So to God be the glory, this team impressed the management. And that is how they came up to back us up financially. And that is what we give back to Finance Football Club that is participating in the league. Year in, year out, every year we go promotion until we get to the peak. Now, after some years, now looking at myself with what I have upstairs, I decided to call it quits in 2004. That I want to taste what is in the outside the market of football. And to God be the glory, my first contact was when Access Football Club was formed. And they gave me the assignment, even without, it came with something that could have made me to lose that appointment. Why? The Baba, the owner of the club, said because I'm short in mission, and now that the other guy was taller, and that he's using that to rate that I should be an assistant. So to someone that is just retiring from playing football, in person of Koshani Tiuko, I turned back. I think the former NFL president was there. Alhaji Amos Adamu was there. They saw my countenance and believed that this man is ready to turn down this job. Lulu called me and said, I should allow God to leave. I should not disappoint them. And they recommended me. That they were disappointed that they have met with Baba. What they agree with Baba is not what Baba came to do here. But be it as it may, I should allow God to leave. I said, okay, I'll go and sleep on it. I went home and spoke with my beautiful wife. And my wife told me, whatever God gives to you, do. That does not diminish you. Go ahead and do it. Those who call you for this assignment can still call you for the bigger one. You go and prove yourself. And to God be the glory. The first season, we got promotion. I did many jobs, but unfortunately, assistant is not doing so. But something happened because of our job. And I led Baba to come back and say, you are now not even the head coach. You are the manager. You are the editing. Hand over the teams to me. To cut the story short, we promoted the teams. We laid a record that is very difficult to cancel. I pray. I don't know whether NFF are keeping the record. As at that time, it's called Football Association, Nigerian Football Association. I took the team to play 30 matches without losing any. Come on away. 4 teams from Gombe, all of them lost to us. Come on away. Talk of Flash of Gombe. We talk of series of them, and no teams goes there to survive, but we survive. As at the time, we call it the draw the curtain of Division 1. We've got points that nobody could catch up with us, and we end up with having plus 33 goals. Nobody got close at it. But I'm afraid if the record was correct, Ade Sawyer was the man in charge of amateur league that time. It's not called NLO. So I moved away to Court of Appeal. The same record was laid. From Court of Appeal, SEC, just briefly, because when they are going for their CBL Cup, I was called upon because the head coach then got another job to take the Central Bank. So I went with the SEC. After that, my Jacob of Parakot came calling, which we took from Division 3 to Division 2. And later, I came back to my family because Parakot is a little bit far from me to leave my family. Now, in the process of doing this job, that was when, in Court of Appeal, I could remember vividly, a lot of people are thinking that because knowing no man, that is how I got to the national team. I want the public to know the story. I got to the national team because when Betty Foot was trying to prepare Nigerian team to meet Niger, I think question was asked, they looking for teams that can give them a fight before going to Niger. And now people recommended that call that young man that is in Access. The Access will give them that they will get what they want. And be it as it may, we were called at the National Stadium. Unconventional referee was used, which is Emmanuel Atta. I was there. But the beautiful part of it is that the Apollos will receive in the National Stadium. And when Kanu was going out after 30 minutes, he said, look, I pay my due. If this guy cannot run me down, he left the pitch. Everybody left the pitch. Obafemi Martin after the game came and said, what did you give to these boys? And asked my captain to come and see me in the hotel. Betty Ford, the white people are more intelligent and respectful. He walked from his bench to come and acknowledge me and say we are giving them what they want. And they went to Nigeria and beat Nigeria 2-0. He sent a message to me, thanking me for the good fight we put to them. When Enyimba was going for Continental, under one of our respected coach, Emodi, they requested for my team too. Through Letolo, the referee, and they came. I did practicing pitch. I remember one of their captain looked down on us. She made you dodge him, so rest in peace. He said, how can they brought this one to come and play them for when they are going for this big match? At the end of the game, he came to me as a coach, I'm sorry. This boy, what drugs? What are they on drugs? What happened? And it was Olowo that begged me that we should save the day before they equalized and gave them penalty. Ayegbeni, this guy from Ilorin was in goal. This goalkeeper. Ayenuga. The goal he considered, he still came out and asked that boy, how do you do it? What I'm trying to say here is that the journey has been so far. So in that process, when the coach DK-led team could not make it in Benin Republic, I think I was called. Somebody now said, that young man in FCT that is doing well, and they recommended me to NFL. So I received a phone call and said I should submit my CV. And that is how the journey of the national team started. I worked briefly with her in Wusu before later Johnny Obuh came to Ojukwu, and the rest is history. But one thing I wanted to say about that assignment is that, and that is what is giving me concern about how we are preparing our new teams now, is that I think we spend up to 3 months at Go Project and with a group and everything to prepare this boy. And that is on record that under 17, it was only Omo Ajabu, and Philemon Dane were the only teams that are playing in the league. The rest, none of them are playing in any league. Not even any reputable academy. Like Omero finished secondary school. We waited for Ramon Assis to go and write WAEC before coming to join the team. So what I'm trying to say here is that enough time was given for us for preparation. And that really allowed us to be able to work and refine and put this boy on the world stage, which they never disappointed us. They having do that great job. They look at us and say, there's no need of changing a winning team. They move us to under 17, under 20. To God be the glory. I think we see how some left out of the boys that are still in the Super Eagles. We boasted of almost about 8 players from those guys that end up playing for the senior national teams. And that is because of the preparation. We're able to prepare them. We're able to, I don't think any one of us was dealing with any manager or doing. After doing the assignment of something happened, my boss, who is John Obuh, was to go on course in Germany, and an invitational tournament came from Egypt. And that is why I will ever remain grateful to John Obuh. He's a leader that wants his whatever, people following him to strive. He called me and said he has told them I'm up to the task. We are taking this team to Egypt. that the NFF were saying they want somebody to come from the technical department to come and help us. But that he has given them his word that Ambimbola will not disappoint. And that is how I want to go to Egypt. To God be the glory. We go to Egypt, something happened. I would like to share it with people. Is there someone that was being given an assignment for the first time? And that first time that might make you or mar you, something crop up when it comes to discipline. We go to Egypt, I look at my boy runs, their hair was not well kept. They were looking tattered and I called them. I said, look, money was not given to me, but was the little in my pocket. I want some of you to buy. Back to your style. I didn't tell them back this week. But we are an ambassador of this nation. Let's look neat so that it will not be an abuse on our country. Everybody surrendered except one of the best midfielders that was with us. And it happened that I was the one that saw him in Paracourt. I scouted him when I went to watch their final between Sharks of Paracourt and Dolphin. That is Sajago. And he said, Ufa is dead body will not come. And when you look at him, he was even the worst culprit. His head looked tattered. I spoke to him as a father. I counseled him. Then the last thing he said that broke the camel's back is that Ufa is dead body. I tell you. I said, well, I'll give you between now and 12 o'clock. If you didn't ban, I called the secretary of the team. I said, secretary, if by 1 minute past 12, these players have not yielded to ban this year, it's not paying. I'm the one that is using my little fund for him to ban. Go and arrange his tickets. He's going back to Nigeria. Number one, he thought because we acknowledge he's a good player. He's a player no coach want to toy with. But this is issue of discipline now. This is issue of the country now. This is issue of who is mentoring them, who is their guidance. I now said it. And when it was 12 dot, I called the secretary, proceed to airport. The person of Suraju is alive. Anybody can say it. Within my mind, one could have said, hey, this job, this is your first time. But something I know that needs not to be compromised ethically of the job. So they went to airport. He didn't believe. So when it was getting to 4:30, the secretary called him and said, we need to proceed to airport because we are going back to Nigeria. He still thought it's a champagne. Until he got to airport. And now looking at the secretary said there's something you can do. They have changed your ticket, you have to leave. You know the funniest thing that you don't take a wrong step sometimes. If you don't understand these players, sometimes one decision you take can make or ruin you. Yes. When it was around 9:30 in the night, the captain of the team knocked at my door and said, Coach, on behalf of all players, congratulations. You have done well. We are waiting for you. We have won you. Coach, if we are out of this competition, it's not out of something. We will put our blood on the line for you. You have done great. I thank you. And to God be the glory, to cut the story short. We beat the Egyptian team, the Egypt teams in the final. They scored us first. We came from behind to score 2-1 and won the trophy. The trophy is in the NFL. What I'm trying to bring out of that is that it was that singular job, singular act, that I didn't know the leader of the delegation was watching from the head. Everything. And now Sunshine was looking for a coach. He recommended me without telling me. That is how I got the job at Sunshine. And that is how I went to Sunshine. It was after I've been engaged, they opened up to me and said, this is the person that recommended you. I was shocked. And that is why some decision you take in life, be careful. Don't victimize anyone, but don't be principled to do the right thing at the right time, at the right place. And that is how I got it done. The second match is that South Africa again, when they are opening their nest of champions, that the same thing happened. Yeah. And we came out winning the final 3-1. Why am I saying? Obuh could have easily said, let somebody come from the technical department to come ahead. Let's spice this man. But I think he has done something that I really appreciate. And till I will end my life, I'll continue to respect him. Because not many of our coaches will do that. They will never give you room to strive. He did that to me. And that was, he himself may not know why I keep on respecting him. Nobody is perfect. He might have his own points in one area or the other. But when it comes to the issue of giving your assistant to try, I give it to him. He's a man. So, and that is my journey so far in the national team.
Come on, you've been in FCT right from 82.
Yes.
Are you satisfied with football development in the Federal Capital Territory?
Not at all. We are supposed to be greater and bigger than this. And from beginning, we have had some very powerful chairmen. A chief judge of FCT have once been a chairman of FA. Our highly esteemed Alhaji Sani Rudu have been the head of the FA. But all these people, they have been trying from their private pockets to run the FCT. FCT have not, I don't see under any chairman that have been given subvention to do anything. Tax the board member, the chairman looking for where and there to do. And when it comes to what other people enjoy in other states, I think that is one of the problems of FCT. When we came on board, because it would be difficult for me to access the government I don't belong to. When we came on board, by the special grace of God, when I was the technical committee chairman, we rolled out a lot of things, which by God's grace, we were able to touch the area council. Today, area council is vibrant. Competition going here and there is because we took the league away from the center stage. We spread it to all the local council for them to have it. And why doing that is to encourage the grassroots players. You can imagine people from Abia, Kuje. It's not easy to transport those boys to Area 3. But taking the league to them, make it easier for them to be able. I think that's an achievement. When I came on board as the technical committee chairman, there are some coaches that were not trained. With the effort of recommendation to our chairman, we were able to at least train for over 20 coaches. Today, there are certified coaches in the FCT. Also, FCT have been known to play only Division 1 league. I was able to make recommendation and we end up having Division 1, Division 2. But in the terms of how football is run, we are lacking behind because we are not doing things the way it's supposed to be. And what is that? Is that you can imagine the youth competition is coming up, even the FA will not be aware of it. And if at all, you just notice that the Ministry of Sport are taking charge. What is the essence of if the NFF is the one in charge of everything that the national team is doing, the state FA should be in charge of everything that happens concerning the youth games. But when it comes to that, you talk of National Sports Festival, no single one board member was recognized to accompany. That is in terms of even I'm not talking of technical committee chairman now alone. No one single member of the board.
So where is the fault coming from?
Well, I will say the fault, the sport ministry is not going in line with us.
The sports ministry of the FCT.
Of the FCT.
Okay.
They are not.
Okay.
They are not open enough to us because the FA need to be called. This competition is coming. We are organizing it, and this is the role we are going to play. It's not so. Even sometimes when you make approach, you will see the wall We are not saying we are coming to take over this. We are not saying they should, but allow us to be able, through the youth programs that we have done, so the area council will be able to go around and fish out players that will go and represent FCT. But these are not done. I don't know whether there is no fund for that, and that is the area I want the FCT to really wake up from their slumber. You can see that every other state, during the youth games, during the festival, you will see the presence of each FA will be felt.
Each of the associations.
Of the association. You will see them. I could remember in 2006, when Sani Lulu was the director of sports, I was the team leader of the FCT football to Abia. Much was not given to us, but we were recognized because I was the chairman of the coaches, which automatically, as at that time, make me the chairman of member of the board and the chairman of the technical committee. I was the one that was given that assignment. And for that single act of recognition, I give everything I have. I remember I was using my car to carry some of the officials from Abeokuta, because we lodge in Chagam. From Chagam to Ilaro, wherever the female teams are playing and our teams are playing, we are there. We are so the enthusiasm that at least we are being recognized to do this to FCT, and that is what we did. But now we are like a stranger. None of us is aware of what this is.
Coach Ojukwu, you have a question for him?
The question, I want to know the inability of FA to participate fully in the sports development, be it as it may be. Could it be the coming of a National Sports Commission have somehow hijacked the work? It's no longer as Christmas as it used to be.
No, National Sports Commission should be a blessing to us, because when you are under the ministry, it's difficult because of bureaucracy. But now the commission itself is to take care of all the associations affiliated under their commission. So I thought by now we should have more access to familiarize and to get things done together.
Why is it not so?
That is
Why is your FA slacking on that?
Where the FA, through our leadership, we only make a request and approach, but the reply and the actions need to be taken by the sports commission.
Now, Coach, this one is bringing me to FCT is lacking behind, especially in football, because we know in the past we normally have 6 NNL teams. We tested premiership in FCT only once, when FC Abuja gained promotion in 2007-2008. After that, they went on relegation and the club has almost gone into extinction. Now, last season, 5 teams played in the second tier league, NNL, from FCT. Virtually all went on relegation. You have been in the system. I am now accusing you as being part of those who has been relegating teams in FCT. Are you aware that you are part of them?
Well, I'm aware that I'm a board member, but I can still tell you vividly that when the pattern was changed from technical committee chairman, I handed over 6 teams in the NNL. But that's not to say the problem is from the new persons. What has bedeviled the FCT football in terms of NNL teams, NLU, in getting promotion, is that it's not different from what we're seeing in other states. What is that? The government have no role to play in having a team. It's not the government role to have a team. And when you look at all these teams that have been relegated, look at it, they are all government fund dead teams. Look at the only surviving team as of last season. It's a private owned club. How do they make it? They make it because the finances that is targeted by the owner of the team must not be misused. And when you look at the ministry teams, when you look at the government teams, there is this barrier they build. I could remember through the chairman made a lot of effort. If you have challenges, come up to tell us so that the FA will know where to come in to assist. FA may not give you money, but FA may give you
technical support
and give you some backing that will be of advantage. In my place, a Yoruba adage says, "Ọmọ tó bá ṣípá ìyá ẹ̀ máa gbé," means that a child that raise up his hand,
the mother will carry.
But it's like you are coming to take over their job. If they dare even hear that message is sent to the owner, to the each of the clubs, that please, if there's any area you want us to come up, the reception is always cold. They are not ready. And I will tell you, but I will not name, because you have to be diplomatic. I could remember 2 years ago, the chairman put upon himself and sent some delegate people to Jos to make sure that they give the backing, whatever it will take for that teams to get promotion. The feeling we had back is that even the head of the team said it is better they remain where they are. If they get premiership, they will lose his job. Because they happen to hear that through some of the officials that take part in the final game. And you can see that these type of things, when it's coming out from the principal officer of such teams, where to do? So likewise, I just want to use this opportunity to beg for the private people, all these private organizations, to look and form a team in FCT. FCT is a very good place to try. We've got premiership before, through government teams, which all of us back up, but they could not survive it because of government bureaucracy. Some of these government officials are looking at players as if they are just a slave. They are treating them as if they are doing them a favor. They have forgotten that football is a very big industry. And who are the actors? The actors are these players. And next to them are the coaches who train them. I can tell you that many of the coaches that coach this team in FCT, from January to December, some of them may not boast of a 3-month salary. They will not be paid. Players are not being paid. And you expected them to go and compete with teams that are ambitious. Many teams come here and just look down on us, and look, because the boys are malnourished, the people who cannot eat very well, you expected them to give their best. So for me, the number one problem that have bedeviled the teams in Abuja is that they are all government teams. And everyone knows that all government teams are not ambitious. They are just bringing out the funds, let's remain, let's do this and that. And that is why the type of quality of player they can recruit, you cannot bring a player that is worth himself to come and be collecting 10,000, 30,000, 20,000, and that money is not forthcoming. Which player? He will tell you that it's better for him to find one academy to be training with. Maybe when one of these days scouts see him, he will go. And that is part of the problem in FCT. There are talents in FCT. There are good players in FCT. There are good coaches in FCT. There are competent hands in FCT that can move the team forward. But I tell you, sincerely speaking, you cannot achieve this without the backing of the management.
Well, Coach, I still don't believe that the talents in FCT are worth giving FCT premiership. Because one, I am on one of those that will tell you that getting premiership may not be the issue, but sustaining it. Do we have what it takes to sustain a premier club in FCT? And you, as a board member of FCTFA, if we get premiership today, what do you think that the FA can do? I remember this is the third season, minus last season, that teams from FCT go for playoff. It was EFCC the first time, some 2-3 years ago.
All right.
The other season, it was Sporting Supreme. And City FC almost got it just at the nick of time. But I always foresee people saying sabotage. Do you believe that there is sabotage in FCT that is depriving them the opportunity of getting a premiership club?
Well, I don't know where the sabotage is coming from the FCT. Because when we say sabotage, you should be able to say, is it the FA that is sabotaging them? Or is it the coaches? Or is it the referee association? No. The problem that bedevil is this issue of money. The people who are running the teams are not sincere. The government teams are not sincere. And like what you have rightly said, the sustainability of the teams is another problem. It's not just to get the premiership. Can we sustain it? Can any team among these government teams, by the law now that I heard that a premiership player must not earn less than 1 million.
What?
Which of these government teams that is? I can tell you vividly, I'm not guessing, that all the NNL teams in Abuja, apart from Supreme, I know they are trying their best. I don't think any of them are paying. There are some that are not paying these players. Let me tell you, there are some that, because they are not believing in outside players, they are using their
in-house.
And this in-house is not in their budget. So what they do is that what those in-house people got, they contribute some widow mind. And which serious player that is coming to see to that? And they
run it as social responsibility.
And let me remind you that until the FCT teams or the management of FCT team try to discern and know that there is a difference between professionalism and amateur. I'm telling you, some of the welfare of academy in FCT is better than the national league team. I know some of the academy that camp their players, giving them 2 square meal at the end of the month, giving them little money for recharge cards, which even the people playing NNL cannot boast of. Some no camp, no anything. May God provide for those women cooking in Area 3. Some of them are from bankrupt because of this player. They are trying to give food, begging this and that, and because of the good mind that these people, let's help. I am privy to that. So how do you expect such player to come and expel against a player that is collecting 500,000 and winning bonus of 50,000 after winning a away match and 30 or 20,000 winning home match? Can you compare it? There is no team among this government team that have anything to motivate the players. I know many of these players that they collect boot on credit to go and use it to play a professional match. In those days, when the teams kitted their players, even without money, you'll be motivated to go and play. There is nothing like that. You will see a professional team training on their training pitch. The ball they are having is not, well, what are they going to do? They cannot even do shooting exercise. How will you use one ball among the 30 players to say you are doing shooting exercise? Where are you teaching them set piece with only one ball? What are you going to do now? So instead of you to do that, you just do pari passu, let's play 12. Arababuga, let's play 11 aside. So that we can help ourselves and do. The coach cannot be able to do much statical plays and do. Because before you play rondo games, every block that you make, every drill need balls to perform. Where is the balls? training jersey, when you see them training as if they are I don't know, this ragamuffin soldier. I don't know. You see color riot on the field. You cannot identify that this is a professional team training. Meanwhile, academy na training, changing. When you get to some academy training, you think you have landed in Europe. The way they keep them up and do those things are motivation. When a team comes to Abuja sometimes, our boys are in the canteen of those people begging to eat an hour before the match. And you're expecting them to strike. So people are saying sabotage. The people who own the teams, the management of the team, are the ones sabotaging themselves. And when you seek to advise them, how many times before the season we'll call to talk to them? We'll talk to them, to guide them, to tell them this is what you do, this is what you should not do. You are once our first vice chairman. I know the effort you people put up. What was the end bit? Do they listen? They are just after that the budget that come every year. The one that is going to start building of his house. The one that wants to change his car. The one that will marry new wife. The one that will just turn beer parlor to his house among those officials. And who is the guinea pig? The players and the coaches. Because they don't even regard them as anything. They thought they are doing them a favor. Any day they want to pay them, they are now seeing the whole world here. If a player that worked for over 10 months, you say you are paying 2 months. The 2 months salary is not up to 60,000. And he has a whole debt that is over 200,000 where he has been collecting food and borrowing boots. Where are you going to get this at? The FA, we have tried our best. Do they expect FA now to replace their players?
No.
Is it possible? Have you ever had that in anywhere in the world?
No.
Is it FA to do this? The FA go out of their way to sponsor some certain thing that is not even FA business. I remember when one of our team that qualified to go for Challenge Cup, the FA chairman provide money. They bought almost about, I think, 14 balls and give to them. So that when they are going there to show in their training practice, they will now go and look as if, so that they too will have something to show that, no, we've come to compete.
The performance of the home-based team, did it impress you?
It's disgusting. I think that's the word I can use. I watched at least 3 of their matches. And I really prepare for it because I really want to assess. I don't want to live on essay. I want to see things for myself. But it's this means to the marrow that we just went and disgraced the nation.
How?
Yes.
We won one match.
Because that is not the best Nigeria can offer from the NPFL. I want Nigeria to declare a state of emergency on the NPFL if we are ready to catch up with other countries. When I watched Nigerian NPFL players against Sudan players, you know what really amazed me? For the larger part of the Sudan team, they were not having home to play their league. I think they went far away Morocco. That is where they are organizing their league because of war. They could not even play their league in their country. And such teams was able to make 60 touches. I sat with one of my young ones. I counted. That team made 60 touches. And they now went straight away and scored the 3rd goal against Nigerian national team. The reflection of what we are seeing in the Shan is what is in the NPFL. Don't get me wrong, there are good players in the NPFL. I don't know where the recruitment come from.
Or the scouting.
And I don't know those who gather those guys together. You know, I've been there, and by the special grace of God, I am still there because I prepare boys, I tutor boys, and I know that a lot of things are factors that can make your player to compete with any other person. All those things are missing in that team I saw in the Chan. When you want to talk of going to compete and represent your country, a team, you must have it in your mind that it shows the strength. Are we talking of strength, speed, power, fashion mentality. All these things are lacking. In fact, I think it was the money our president was giving to all these people that did well that really motivate them to be able to fight to that extent that they are struggling whether they will be able to get. Our players were playing like robots. Have you seen when you tie something with both and all? They want to do, but the body is weak. Why?
Overloading.
Let's see the age bracket.
You cannot give what you don't have.
Let's see the age bracket. There are some players there, I don't want to mention it. Such player came to us when we were in under 20. And we were able to tell them, you don't have any business here. And such players today are being paraded. We are talking of something that is over 10, 15 years ago now. And they are being paraded. The same error I was seeing as at that time, back. That error has not been corrected. You could not control ball well. There's no pace. There's no stamina. As such players are playing in our elite league. And the press are not going to be left out of this because they too are praising them. I'm sorry, they are genuine ones and they are ones that are just maybe because they are frustrated about the system that they can't change it. Well, let's follow them. That team is not the reflection of Nigerian league. I've watched some league. Now I don't know. When I follow Ojukwu, when he was in the MFL. Even we had a match together when I was in Prime. He came to Prime and we played against each other. I could remember. That time, Ojukwu teams was beating everybody home and away. When it came to Ojukwu, it was difficult. One thing I enjoy in that young man is know how to use young players to get desired results. But now I don't know of Rangers whether he was given that free hand to operate. Because I believe in MFL, he was having a free hand. So you credit to him when he was beating all teams. When people come to me and say, look, you cannot beat MFL because there is one advantage. Go and look at the average age of player in that team. Then go and look at the average age of the people they are playing. And the little backing up. The young man was making gains because those people cannot match their speed. They cannot match their strength. They are ready to go. Football is not just about what you have yesterday. Football is not about age has a very vital role to play. Most especially in our own environment where nobody take care of our nutrition. Anything we see, we eat. Agbo, these keep on piling up. I want to compare that a player is 38 or 39 or 40 still playing high class of football. You are comparing yourself with someone that even the money he's spending on himself is enough to run the football in the whole country. That he's using to make himself fit. You will say Ronaldo is 40, he's still playing. Why can't we too? Where the players in NPFL, a lot of them, because I follow them, and many of them, they sustain themselves to play 90 minutes with concussion. Like Asara, Tramadol, this and that. When you go to their dressing room first half, the order that you perceive, you will run out. I had that experience in one of the teams I handled. I will mention it because I must watch my back. My first experience with them, when I got to the dressing room, luckily for me, we were playing friendly matches, preparation matches before the league commenced. At the first half, we were in the dressing room. What shocked me was that the man they called the doctor, who is in charge of the team, was the supplier of those concussions. And that's the same doctor we are talking about is the shoemaker of the team. That is the kind of doctor this team is. No. The problem is many. So and I kept my peace because that was my first. So I just folded my arm, I was watching. And that's all of them, they removed their shirt, they busy taking. So my next training, we sat down. Now I told them, I want to say one prayer. They didn't know what I'm going to say. I say my prayer is that I have confidence with God. As I come here peacefully, I will not join any crowd to go and bury my players. And my players will not have stroke. My player will not out of retirement. So please. And this end of this prayer, I say the reason why this prayer is that you people shock me. So, they said, yeah, God, we work for you. Well, I said, work for who?
That's the way they are alive.
Let me tell you, a lot of you are dying. You are playing with your life. This thing cannot help you. You are dying. After 90 minutes, you see them, you pity them. And now I advise them, I counsel them, look, when you train to your optimal level, when the 90 minutes finish, you're good to go. What of extra time? Anything? You are good to go. Training will lead you to this thing instead of this thing you are doing. You are overstretching the fence. You are dying. I advise them. And I said, henceforth, I call the doctor and the curator they are using. Even at the food staff, I don't want to say anybody in the dressing room. I took care of the cooler myself. And we engaged in training. We went to this marine farm, this Ola show.
Okay.
We spent about just 10 days here. Work with them. I thank God that one or two of them, when the league commenced, and came to me and said, Coach, so I can play. I said, look, you can play 2 hours. All what you need is that after your training, the principle of what follows, so that you get your compensation, follow it. You don't need to use drug to enhance your performances. I bet you a lot of those boys that was playing that day, only God knows the type of thing. Or they were not able to go with that concussion because of airport checking, so they could not see anything to power them to perform.
Let me cut you short. You have handled clubs in the league in the past, so many clubs. And I understand that during your days, you normally give youth opportunity to play at the elite level. The present Premiership League, are they giving such opportunity to younger ones to strive? The second one, how will you rate the league in the past and the league presently?
Thank you very much, Ojukwu. You have hit the nail on the head. If you, in some of my comments, you heard when I was commending Ojukwu, that I so much love that guy because of believing in the youth and using them to make results. The same thing, Daniel Ogumodede. Daniel Ogumodede pays due because he started from grassroots. You can see the way he brought a team from academy stage to that height. So it's not strange to him to work with the useful teams. And when you watch Remo, apart from some, I don't know how they infiltrated themselves into that team. I knew that those guys believe him. But you see, to be sincere, some of our coaches are lazy. With due respect, some of them are lazy. And that is what is making them to continue moving this to this. This one go here, we see the calling this. Someone that is tired. You cannot have Rabi Ali in every team. You have just half 1/10. You don't know how Rabi Ali keep himself.
Yes.
You don't know how he respected himself, how he keep his game in his mind. 90% of Nigerian players are not disciplined. To the extent that maybe they can't even at the old age. What I'm trying to say is that average age in Nigerian professional league, NPFL, the average age there is 35 and above. Forget about what I'm telling you.
That means youth we are not giving opportunity.
They are old men. And that is what led me to say our coaches are lazy. They don't want to
develop.
They don't want to develop.
Chairman, do you blame the coaches
And the
or do you blame the management?
And the management of the team too are not ready. You are giving job in the morning. You play friendly match in the evening. The assessment have started. This coach doesn't know anything. He has to go. This. They are not giving them time. Before you completely say, I have a team, my brother, at least, it's not just one season. If you want to have a team,
Yes.
it's not just one season. Allow this man to build a team. What is a team? A team, you will see the philosophy and the methodology of that coach. Another problem they're having is that you employ a coach that comes with his own philosophy and methodology, know what he believes on, and then you give an assistant that the man have never even met in his life. He doesn't even know their mind. Some of these assistants are politically motivated. Even himself is thinking that he's supposed to be the head coach. And now they have said he should come and work with you, and he has access to the commissioner, he has the access
To the government.
to the SSA, to this. Every time he keep on calling them. So because looking for a way to push you away, he has access to players. Because some of those players too are being pushed there by political godfathers. So you left this man head coach in the mix of that something. So for him to remember his daily bread, if he's not principled enough to say, if I cannot continue here, I better go and look for one academy and prepare. He will continue struggling. Result will not come, and it will bounce back on him. That's why I want to advise some of them that they should be principled. You should not, because of what you are going to eat, to do it. I have an experience, and I'll say it because it has been long with me. I know a coach in Nigeria. He said, all what is concerned is after giving a job, he will make sure that before the screening finish, he will have about 15 million that he has made. That if after 3 months they ask him to go, he could have used 5 million to establish his wife to do. He will buy a car that is big enough that before another season, he will see the one that he will throw around, another job will come. Ask me, is that man passionate about
Nowhere.
Is that man passionate about bringing up boys to go to Nigeria? So these are the factors that is the devil, the Nigerian pressure.
Thank you very much, Coach Ambimbola. Coach Ojukwu,
Yes.
you've heard Coach Ambimbola giving us an analysis of the problem of Nigerian Football League.
Yes.
He has called on the government to declare a state of emergency on the NPFL for us to get to where we are going. Coach, if we start discussing the problem of NPFL and Nigerian football, we won't go today. But we know that we have to start somewhere. Ojukwu, where is that place that we are supposed to start from?
The place we're supposed to start with is that there is certain area that's been neglected. That's the basic. The basic. In the past, emphasis were laid on the basic. You go to the grassroots from primary school to secondary school to university level, now to amateur to premiership. The emphasis were no longer there. Quite all right, area council organizing grassroots football. But what happened with the primary school competition? What happened with the secondary school competition? There was no emphasis on that area for quite a long time. And that's the basic of everything. The second one is the infrastructure. The emphasis are no longer put on infrastructural area as a sustainability as far as football is concerned. Some players play on the background, on the floor. If teams just an eyesore. If not Buhari Stadium and Area 3, where will youth play? They take Gwagwalada as example. Virtually, there's no fear in Gwagwalada. And how will you produce what the claims are from this type of situation? That's another one. The other one is management, the authority concerned. They are not doing that. The foresight is not there. for them to identify the raw talent from the grassroots up to and harness them for future use. It's not there. I think that's the basic.
Well, that is the basic, Coach Ambimbola. Your final words.
My final word is I want to advise both at the national team level, the league, because we cannot talk of the league without talking of the national team. Now, our country is relying on diaspora. I want to appreciate Guzo building an hostel now, because I think part of the litmus it was, if we have a long time period of camping, hotel bills might be too much. Now he has taken a book by the horn by building hostels. My prayer is that when the hostel is completed, it will not be hijacked by politicians who will be sending campaign team to go and stay inside. They should allow it to work for what is built for.
Yes.
So that they can now have a long time of period to camp this player. I'm talking of how to produce a Super Eagles players. I remember vividly in 1980, Nigerians did not just wake up and won that cup. There was a lot of sacrifice. National team of Nigeria was taken to Brazil for 3 months for preparation. And when they came back, they were camped in trade fair. Everything was bad. The result is what we saw.
You don't win by...
They overrun everybody. And that selection was made on merit. And that was why you saw that there was no region that was not involved in that team. Why? Best of every area was put there. It's no more that somebody said, my boys must be there. There is no agent or manager. The coaches were given an assignment and task was given to them, and they have passion because they are an ambitious people. They want results. And the man went. But to Gloria work with Nigerian coaches.
Yeah.
And they achieved that result. And that joy of that preparation was what we enjoyed till late 90s.
Yes.
And then we started defeating from it.
Agents came in.
I could remember that if Fashanu could not make Nigerian national team with what he was doing in England, it was only Tunji Banjo and John Chidozie. He got to a stage, two of them was in the team. Is one that the Chidozie that is always playing because even the person that is sharing the position with Tunji Banjo throw everything to it. That sometimes Tunji Banjo will sit and bench. What's happened? That period was the technicality of the game, the modernized of the game was very, very poor. Not now. That even on your laptop, on your phone, you can update yourself, you can see what is going on in the outside world, then to develop it and add the juice from your own brain and get things done. Why? I want to advise that we should not relegate, because part of what is relegating the NPFL to background is that even the players now have seen that nobody is looking at that side. It was before that every player strived in Nigerian League because they knew that the crown of everything is to call to the senior national team. It's gone. So now they are running to academy. Let me tell you, the best of Nigerian players are in academy. Because they know that scouts will come and they will leave. And playing for which club? How much are they going to pay to me? Let me sacrifice with academy. The best player Nigeria can produce to play for them. I tell you, if Nigeria have scouted players from the academy and they will win chance. And I want to say that the second tier of the league should not be rubbish. If the player from the second tier of the league has been mixed with the NPFL, they will overrun everybody in that chance. So we should stop building a sepulchre, a white sepulchre, and say because we want to give somebody a final word. What is in the white sepulchre? It's decayed of the, you see, it's shining upstairs, but inside is gone. Some of our players now in the NPFL are white sepulchre. So we should try to work hard and do. For me, NFF should work hard. Extended the stay of all these youth teams. Produce. We have 6 geopolitical zone.
Yes.
Give every coaches, even in the local government assignment, and work with some state governors, local government chairmen to adopt some of these teams. Every periodically call them together to come and play. Technical study to be formed that will be selecting this player and do. You will notice that you come from one diaspora, the home base will beat you hands down. Let us work hard and use what we have. Let's not relegate our league to the background.
Thank you very much, Coach Ambimbola. They said that if you give it to the home-based players, they will beat you hands down from the diaspora. Well, Coach Ojukwu, we thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you very much. Coach Ambimbola,
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure having you here. My viewers, thank you very much. That is ECN Hard Truth. For today, you've heard it very hard. Ambimbola has come out to say it the way it should be. We will be here again next week. But before then, don't forget to tune in, like, and share. And also subscribe to whatever thing and let it go viral and people will enjoy it. Thank you. My name still remains Patrick Ngwaogu, popularly called Obuh.